What's up, family, and Merry Christmas. I hope all of you have an amazing day with your family and your close friends. And I hope that you received everything on your Christmas list that you wanted. But anyways, my name is Trill, and today we have some great news for our low-income Americans. We also have some potential $2,000 checks that are coming next year. And we have a new warning message from the IRS. All of these things in this video will help our low-income Americans, as majority of people are struggling today. But before we get started, guys, hey, you already know what to do. Make sure that you're subscribed to the channel, as well as hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Now let's go ahead and start with the video. Well, guys, the winter storm is almost past us, but apparently almost 1 million people are still left without power on Christmas Eve, which makes it super hard for you to prepare for today, which is Jesus's birthday. But anyways, guys, that winter storm continues to wreak havoc across the United States. And right now they're saying that around 849,000 people are still left without electricity. And yes, guys, around 248,000 of those are power outages were Maine alone. Yes, guys, we are talking about Maine, which is up in the northeastern areas. And yes, as you can look at this particular video right here from Angela Smith, she is showing where her faucet pretty much frozen. And yes, guys, she is probably having a rough time, especially with her pipes as well. But anyways, guys, as this storm continues to wreak havoc, we will continue to keep those in our prayers, and hopefully the electricity comes back on Christmas Day. But anyways, guys, moving on. Hey, could a 4-day work week be around the corner for those individuals that still work in this country? Well, apparently so, guys. Yes, it says right here in this article on CNN, says that, hey, do you want to work 4 days a week? Because business leaders are taking the next leap. Yes, guys, as you can see right here that many other governments such as Iceland and in the UK are now experimenting with 3-day weekends. There's a perception that all sides can actually benefit from such policies being in place. Workers get more time off and superior mental health. Companies get higher productivity and lower wage demands. And in 2023, many of these scientific studies will indeed show indications that a 3-day weekend is a good idea. And consequently, some governments will enact national policies for this. But anyways, guys, the idea of evidence-based policies has become mainstream in economics, according to the scientists. And yes, they are saying that these 3-day weekends and having individuals only come to work 4 days a week could actually be a good thing. So, guys, we already have these other countries that are actually experimenting with this, but will the United States actually pick this up as well? Hopefully, guys, that is in the works, and hopefully it will be coming soon. Hopefully in 2023, in which we have learned from the pandemic, we learned that individuals don't even be in the actual office to get things done. So that is a good thing as well. So hopefully, guys, with that being in place from COVID-19, as well as working 4 days a week, guys, this could actually come to fruition. I sure hope it does, guys. But anyways, guys, moving on. Hey, the supply chains, we know that we were suffering from them during the pandemic, which pretty much went on for about 18 months or so, which pretty much damaged industries as far as getting things in stock. Well, guys, they're saying now that supply chains are actually back to normal. Yes, guys, they're saying that improved shipping rates, delivery capacity, and retailer inventory have all soothed out a little bit. Yes, guys, goods are moving around the world again and reaching companies and consumers despite some productions and COVID outbreaks inside of China. Gone are weeks-long backlogs of cargo ships at large ports. Ocean shipping rates have plunged below pre-pandemic levels. That is a good thing, guys. Now, the only thing that we are left from this is the prices of goods and services will actually come back down once again. We already know that the supply chain issues pretty much helped with increasing the prices in this country. And now that the supply chains are pretty much back to the pre-pandemic levels, hopefully we will see the prices of goods actually come back down again towards the pre-pandemic levels as well, guys. But anyways, guys, that is just wishful thinking. But it is good to know that having these huge issues in bringing things and importing things into our country. But anyways, guys, that is also some good news, and hopefully those prices will come back down very, very soon. And then we have another warning again from the IRS, and this time it appears that they are flip-flopping on a decision that they made a couple of months ago. Yes, guys, we've talked about it before on this channel, but I just wanted to remind you that previously the IRS has stated that anyone that uses some of those payment apps such as Venmo, the Cash App, or things like that, yes, the IRS is demanding that those companies send a 1099 form for anyone that has received more than $600, because the IRS said that, look, you need to pay taxes on that money or explain why you received that money. Yes, guys, this was pretty much going to hurt the low income Americans in this country, because billionaires and millionaires, they don't necessarily use these apps. But our low income families, guys, they are pretty much selling things on eBay, selling things from a garage sale or things like that, in which they might have received more than $600, and the IRS wants to tax them. I thought previously the IRS said that they want to add people to their network of people working for the company to actually go after those individuals that are evading taxes in this country, which mostly referring to those individuals that make more than $400,000 per year. That is exactly what President Biden said. He said that, look, he wants to provide $80 billion to the IRS so that they can hire more people to go after those individuals that make more than $400,000 per year. But it looks like President Biden was wrong, because they are going after the low-income Americans that making $600 on these payment apps. Well, anyways, guys, no need to worry, because the IRS stated that they are not ready for this as of yet, and they want to delay it one more year, which means that for the year of 2022, which we are almost finished with, they are no longer going to be requesting your 1099 form for all the money that went back and forth between your payment apps. Like I said, guys, such as Venmo, Cash App, and those other ones that allow you to send your friends money through the internet. Yes, guys, they are no longer going to be requiring this for the year of 2022. They are now delaying it for one more year. So that means starting in 2023, guys, you need to be mindful of how much money you send back and forth, and you need to write down that information, because you're going to have to report that on your tax return. Just wanted to remind you guys of that. I will surely remind you sometime in January as well. But also, guys, we do have a bit of good news, because we do need to talk about some potential $2,000 stimulus checks that may be coming in 2023 next year, guys. Yes, wouldn't you like to receive $2,000 checks next year? I sure would hope so, guys. But anyways, I do have a little bit of information that is leading up to that. And first off, starting off, we do have the state of Pennsylvania. We do have Governor Tom Wolf. He has been talking about sending $2,000 stimulus checks to the residents in the respective state of Pennsylvania. Yes, guys, he has been talking about this for quite some time, and it looks like he is not going to give up. He still wants to use the budget surplus money that was received throughout the entire year and provide some of that money to give it back to the residents in Pennsylvania. Yes, it says right here that Pennsylvania Governor Tom Wolf talks about the efforts in order to send $2,000 checks to the American people. It says that Tom Wolf is wrapping up his tenure at Pennsylvania's governor after 2 terms and 8 years marked by COVID shutdowns, election security questions, and a budget surplus amid the COVID-19 pandemic. Was the question of whether or not Pennsylvania would be able to send $2,000 stimulus checks directly to Pennsylvania's residents. It came amid the federal government's popular stimulus check program that many said helped keep them in their homes, as well as put food on their tables when the economy was shut down and workers were laid off. But despite multiple efforts and public campaigning, Pennsylvania never got the state-funded $2,000 stimulus checks that Wolf pushed as part of the $1.7 billion Pennsylvania Opportunity Plan. However, guys, it is still on the table. So yes, guys, we already know that this year is already over, but we probably won't be receiving those this year. However, we could actually receive these sometime next year, which is a good thing, because Governor Wolf said that, look, he is still going to be fighting to send some of this money to Pennsylvanians. So again, guys, like I said, this particular state is surged with a huge budget surplus, and they want to use it to give it back to the American people, the ones that make Pennsylvania the greatness that it is today. So that is some good news to look forward to in the new year. But also, guys, that is not the only state that is on the table. We also have another state right here, because Governor Tim Walz is now looking to use some of the budget surplus to send $2,000 checks to Minnesota families. But not all Democrats actually agree with this. Yes, guys, it says right here that in Minneapolis, perhaps the biggest election surprise locally was the win by Democrat of both the House and the Senate of the Minnesota's legislature. Even the most optimistic people never saw it coming, and Democrats held on to the Minnesota House, and by one vote they now have control of the Minnesota Senate. And come January, the DFL will have only itself to blame if things don't get done at the Capitol. Minnesota is still sitting on top of $9 billion surplus among the initiatives that they were tackling, including making the right on abortion state law, as well as more money for education, as well as paid family leave, and even trying to legalize marijuana. And yes, guys, also to that, Governor Tim Walz on the campaign trail reminded voters he wanted to use the surplus for Waltz checks. I love that name, guys. Yes, he is calling it Waltz checks. Yes, guys, Waltz checks is going to be giving up to $1,000 to most individuals and $2,000 to couples. But the problem is that not all Democrats are on board with this. The powerful House Speaker Melissa Hortman was a guest on WCCO Sunday morning, in which she stated that, look, we have to have 68 votes to get anything through the Minnesota House of Representatives. I'm not sure if we have 68 votes for that, but we haven't had the chance to appoint our tax chair and to figure out whether that's the direction that we're ready to go in. So anyways, guys, it looks like this is still on the top of the table in Minnesota, in which, yes, guys, the Democrats are controlling both pieces of the House and the Senate, in which they hopefully are trying to get this passed very soon, which means that next year, guys, if this gets approved, people in Minneapolis could be on the verge of receiving $2,000 stimulus checks for couples and $1,000 for individuals. So again, guys, like I said, this is some huge news, but it won't happen this year, but probably will happen next year. They are sitting on $9 billion, and they want to give some of that money back to the residents in this respective state. So hopefully, guys, like I said, they do get this approved sometime next year, hopefully in January. But anyways, guys, I will keep you posted on this information as usual. And like I said, guys, that is not the only states that are pretty much sitting on huge budget surpluses. We see right here that several states are now sitting on at least $1 billion in budget surplus. And yes, guys, a lot of them are sitting on even more money than that. But the good news is that, guys, I do have a full list of all of the states that are sitting on more than $1 billion in a budget surplus. Now, whether or not they are going to introduce some type of stimulus check in the new year, we don't know as of yet, but it does raise the question, what are they going to do with all of this money? Because some of that money has to be allocated to the American people in the respective states. But here we are, guys, right here. This is a complete list of the many states that are sitting on a budget surplus of $1 billion or more. And I'm not going to go over the entire list, but I just wanted to at least show you, just in case you see your respective state on this list. Now, right here, guys, on the first column, that is column A, it is showing you the states, and then column B showing you exactly how many billions of dollars that this state is sitting on in a budget surplus. So as you can see, guys, the lowest on the list is Missouri, North Dakota, Nebraska, and Arkansas. They are sitting on a $1 billion budget surplus. And then if we scroll down, we can see states like Minnesota is sitting on $7.7 billion. And then New York is sitting on $12.9 billion. And then the biggest state of them all, you already know this, but the state of California. Yes, guys, California is sitting on $31 billion. And we already know that they are trying to give some of this money out to the residents in California. They have already been giving out multiple stimulus checks from different directions, but they still have a lot of money left over. So we will probably see them introduce some type of stimulus check at least in the first quarter of next year, especially as we are projected to be in the full-blown portion of the recession. So anyways, guys, like I said, these are just the states that are sitting on huge budget surpluses, and hopefully we see more of these states offering stimulus checks in the new year. But anyways, guys, that is just a little information, and I hope all this information was helpful to you today. Well, anyways, guys, hey, that's all I have for you today. But feel free to check out some of the links down below, because it is a great way for you to be able to support this channel if you choose to, as well as some opportunities for you to receive some free money, such as the $30 that you're going to receive from Rakuten, which is the best cashback app out there, as well as you can also sign up for Webull, where you can receive those 12 free stocks, and then you can sign up for Amazon to receive 30 days for free Prime membership. Anyways, guys, all of those links will be down below if you are interested. But anyways, guys, hey, if you enjoyed today's content and you want to see more, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It's Christmas and it's totally free. And if you like today's video, then go ahead and hit the like button for us. It really helps out this channel, as well as it tells YouTube to share this video with others. But anyways, guys, hey, I appreciate you guys stopping by and watching, and I hope to see you on the next video. Merry Christmas and have a Happy New Year. Peace.